Hi! This is our third and final video on the basic bond features. In the previous two, we talked about the bond issuer and the maturity date, and we'll now do the same for the remaining ones. Beginning with the par value, this is the amount that will typically be paid at the maturity date of the bond. As regards alternative names, the par value can also be called the principal amount or the face value of the bond. There are other names as well, but we'll introduce them over time so that it's easier for you to retain them. Moving on, the bond's par value can be any amount, and bond prices are quoted as a percentage of par. For example, a bond with a par value of $1,000 that is quoted at 95 has a price which is 95% of $1,000, that is $950. To introduce some more terminology, a bond that is trading at a price above its par value is said to be trading at a premium to par or simply trading at a premium. A bond trading at a price below its par value is said to be trading at a discount to par or simply trading at a discount. And finally, a bond trading at exactly its par value is unsurprisingly said to be trading at par. And for the time being, don't worry why a bond might trade at a price that is above, below, or equal to its par value. So based on what we just said, this bond is trading at a discount to par, as its price of $950 is below its par value of $1,000. Let's move on to our next feature. The coupon rate and the frequency or periodicity within which coupon payments are made. Specifically, the coupon rate on a bond is the annual interest as a percentage of par paid to bondholders. For example, a bond with a par value of $1,000 and a coupon rate of 7% will give us an annual interest or coupon payment of $1,000 times 7%, which equals $70, simply because the annual interest payment equals the par value times the coupon rate. Now if we instead had the $70 annual interest payment and the $1,000 par value and wanted to solve for the coupon rate, we do so by rearranging our equation, that is by dividing both sides by the par value. This would give us a coupon rate of $70, which is the annual interest payment, divided by the $1,000 par value for a final value of 7%. And you can see the rearranged equation within the parentheses. Moving on to our next slide, the coupon frequency or periodicity is pretty self-explanatory. It tells us how often coupons or interest is paid. Actually, strictly speaking, the periodicity is the assumed number of periods within a year. But typically, that number of periods matches the frequency of coupon payments. That's why it is common to use the two terms interchangeably. If what I just said confused you, just ignore it for now. After that clarification, in bond markets, we typically observe either annual coupon payments, that is once every year, or semi-annual coupon payments, that is once every 6 months, which is the same as twice per year. Mind the word typically, as this is not always the case. On a different note, I'd like to point out that in bond markets, we also have what are called zero coupon bonds. They are called zero coupon because they don't make any coupon payments. They just pay the par value at maturity. Let's now move on to our last feature. The currency in which the bonds promise payments will be made. Are you as a bondholder gonna be paid in dollars, euros, yen, or any other currency? This feature specifies that. In bond markets, we also have what are called dual currency bonds that pay coupons in one currency and the par value in another. You can imagine, for example, a bond paying coupons in dollars and the par value in euros. Another type of bond is the currency option bond. This bond gives bondholders the right to choose the currency they will receive the bond's promised payments. Let's now conclude with the final slide. In these last 3 videos, we introduced the basic bond features, and I'd like to close by saying that I kept the discussion at a fairly basic level, because I believe that certain aspects related to these features can be better understood if seen through specific examples. But even if I wanted to further elaborate, there's so much variety beyond the most typical structure that we could be talking for hours, even days. What you need to realize though is that as long as you understand the typical bone structure, it's not so difficult to extrapolate to more complicated ones. Take care.